Imagine peering into the dust of centuries, an excavation site where the breath of ancient lives still lingers. Sometimes, history doesn't just whisper. It speaks in tangible objects, demanding our attention. What if a simple stone, unearthed from beneath layers of time, could open a direct window into the daily leisure of Roman soldiers and civilians almost 2 millennia ago? In a quiet corner of England, near the famed Hadrian'swall, archaeologists The game board's remarkable journey from antiquity to our modern gaze began in a place steeped in Roman history, Vindolanda. This isn't just any archaeological site. It's a crucible of Roman life, a frontier fort that stood sentinel at the very edge of the known world, a testament to imperial ambition and human endurance. Located in Roman Britain, deep within what we now call Northumberland, just south of the imposing Hadrian's Wall, Vindolanda was a bustling military settlement. It saw continuous occupation from approximately 85 C to 200 C, a period spanning over a century of Roman presence. It was here, amidst the desolate beauty and challenging terrain, that the Roman Empire dug in its heels against the untamed north. Imagine the conditions these people faced. Not the sun-drenched Mediterranean, but a landscape often shrouded in mist and lashed by biting winds, perpetually damp and cold. Vindolanda's strategic importance was paramount. It served as a crucial outpost, a linchpin in the defense of Roman territory, protecting vital supply routes and acting as a base for legions pushing further north. Thousands of soldiers, their administrators, and their families called this windswept corner of the empire home. Their daily lives, meticulously preserved by the unique anaerobic conditions of the site, reveal a stark, unvarnished reality. Harsh winters, constant vigilance. Yet, even in this demanding environment, life wasn't solely about survival and conquest. It also involved moments of leisure, of human connection and intellect. The game discovered at Vindolanda wasn't just any pastime. It was ludus latrunculorum, often translated as the game of brigands or soldiers, a name that hints at its combative nature. This wasn't a simple roll-and-move affair. It was Rome's answer to chess, a sophisticated strategy game beloved by legionaries and emperors alike. Imagine a hot summer afternoon. The discovery of this board at Vindolanda was thrilling, yet also deeply frustrating. What archaeologists unearthed wasn't a complete, pristine game. Far from it. They found fragments, pieces of what was once a larger whole, scattered amongst the detritus of centuries. Imagine Dr. Andrew Burley, the director of excavations at Vindolanda, carefully brushing away layers of damp earth, only to reveal a section of etched lines, a corner here, a few squares there. No full board, just tantalizing glimpses. The main piece uncovered was a roughly square section of slate, measuring perhaps 20 by 20 centimeters, its surface crisscrossed with faint, hand-incised lines forming a grid. It was clearly part of a game board, but its edges were broken, jagged, the original dimensions obscured. Was it a 7 by 7 grid? An 8 by 12? The standard size for ludus latrunculorum varied widely in the Roman world, making reconstruction even harder. Missing crucial context. Several smaller pieces of slate, found nearby, also bore similar markings, suggesting they once joined the main fragment, but fitting them together was like trying to complete a puzzle with half the pieces missing and no box lid. The erosion of time, the movement of Earth, the sheer weight of 2 millennia, had all taken their toll. Deciphering the original form became a painstaking process for the Vindolanda Trust Conservation Team, led by Barbara Burley. They meticulously cleaned each fragment, photographed them under different light conditions, and tried various physical and digital reconstructions. The faintness of some lines, the damage to others, created significant ambiguities. Was that a corner of a square, or just an accidental scratch? Had a section been deliberately modified, or was it simply broken? These are the questions that haunt archaeologists. The truth often remains just out of reach, buried in the silence of what's lost forever. What if the silence of what's lost forever could, in fact, speak again? What if technology could reach across 2 millennia, not just to observe, but to resurrect? For centuries, archaeologists relied on their hands, their eyes, and their imagination to interpret the fractured echoes of the past. But today, we're witnessing a quiet revolution, a modern marvel that's changing everything. It's called 3D printing. This isn't just about creating plastic toys. It's about bringing tangible form back to the intangible, transforming digital data into physical reality. You're about to see how this incredible process breathes new life into ancient artifacts. In early 2026, the Vindol Trust, under Barbara Burley's continued oversight, engaged a specialized digital archaeology firm, Archeo 3D Solutions from Durham, to tackle the game board fragments. Their first step involved an incredibly detailed 3D scanning process. Over several weeks at the Vindol Museum in Northumberland, each of the 37 surviving slate pieces underwent intense scrutiny. Using a high-resolution structured light scanner, the team meticulously captured over 15,000 data points from every single fragment, creating a cloud of digital information so dense it rendered every scratch and subtle curve. Lead digital artist, Dr. Alastair Finch, working from his studio in York, then began the painstaking work of piecing these digital fragments together. This wasn't merely a digital jigsaw puzzle. It needed extensive historical research. Consulting with Professor Eleanor Vance, a Roman games expert at Newcastle University, they identified key features aligning with known boards for Ludus Latrunculorum, a popular Roman strategy game played throughout the empire. Based on these parallels, they reconstructed a 12 by 12 grid, a common configuration for such games, carefully extrapolating the missing sections with precise digital modeling. The ambiguities that once haunted archaeologists now had a pathway to resolution, guided by comparative archaeology and digital precision. The replica printing started in April 2026 at the Vindol Trust's newly established digital lab, supervised by technician Sarah Jenkins. Using a modern FDM printer, they chose a durable, eco-friendly PLA film. The replica wasn't just for display. It was made to be used. Here at the Vindol Trust, Dr. Alex Sharma, a young archaeologist whose passion for Roman life is almost palpable, carefully places a small, polished bone counter onto the sandstone-hued board. Across from him, Margaret Davies, a longtime volunteer with understanding why this reconstruction matters needs us to zoom out, to see games not just as pastimes, but as powerful reflections of culture. This unassuming board offers more than just entertainment. It provides crucial insights into the daily rhythms and underlying structures of Roman life. When we observe Alex and Margaret playing, we're not just watching a game. We're witnessing a reenactment of Roman social interaction and cognition. This journey into the past, helped by the tools of the present, opens up profound avenues for how we engage with history. The resurrection of this Roman game board isn't merely an isolated archaeological triumph. It's a powerful blueprint for the future of heritage preservation. Imagine vast, crumbling libraries of ancient texts, digitally scanned and made accessible to scholars worldwide.